Presenting the second honorees in the Group Philanthropist category, Nancy Graham, Ken Rogers, and Fran Rude, nominated by the Lethbridge Senior Citizens Organization and sponsored by Select People Solutions.
They bring the fun and the heart to the production and to this place. Fran is a regular volunteer here as well. She has her artistic office here, we call it, which is really just a table she likes to sit at in the dining room and that she works from on the show. She involves membership here in her shows. We've got a few members that participate. I mean, they are a delight, and having them part of this place, I mean, even if they weren't doing this show, they are just stunning people. Fran and Ken and Nancy together as a company, or as a foundational group, have done this type of production for several other organizations in the community. So this is not a totally new model, but their support of the LSCO has been a pretty big deal. Independently, they are all volunteers and philanthropists of their own right as well, but it's really the three of them together that have made a big impact for us.
Ken and Nancy and Fran have been instrumental in helping our organization move ahead. A few years ago, Fran came to us with an idea to do a Vegas-style 50 show band show. We sold out the 8s for several shows for that. Next we did Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a huge undertaking. They again were the driving forces behind that, as well as Joy Ackerman. And what they did was create an awareness of LSCO through a different means than usually what we do. What's been valuable about our partnership with them is that they're the creative geniuses behind these productions, and we do all the front end work. And they like that. They can focus on what their strengths are, and we do whatever we can to support them to get the shows on the road. The next they did for us was Titanic, which was a gigantic undertaking, 100 cast members, something like that. That sold out 4 shows. We're very happy with that. The revenues helped us as an organization to move ahead. And this year we're doing All Is Calm, which is the Christmas story of 1914, when the British and German soldiers in World War I put down their weapons for a day or two at Christmas time.
I don't think people would know what goes into these shows. For Titanic, Fran worked the equivalent hours of a full-time job for a year to put on that show as a volunteer. And Ken and Nancy were not far behind that. So I don't think people have any idea what goes into this.
What they've done is really helped us elevate our image. They've created revenues for us that we never had a revenue stream for. And they've invited a whole bunch of people to volunteer for us that we never would have reached before.
I mean, their ambassadorship for this organization is really, I mean, we don't have outreach people here. It's hard for us to get out in the community and really explain to people not just what the LSCO does, but how vibrant it can be to be a senior citizen. And not that they are all senior citizens, but they really help attach something very vibrant to this organization. And that is just super powerful. And I mean, we couldn't do that just on our own.
People like them that give of themselves and don't expect anything back, they are the epitome of what charity and fundraising and giving is all about. And truly, they do not expect anything back. They do this because they love the music and they love the drama and they love doing these productions. And they've created a really nice affinity with LSCO. They're embarrassed when we give them a bouquet of flowers or a gift card for something. They want to not accept it, but I make them.
I would say, Fran and Ken and Nancy, you are gems of this community. And I'm so glad to know you, and I feel so lucky to work with you. And the LSCO is just grateful for beyond belief for everything you've done.
I would just hug them and kiss them.